ForexNChill Academy, more than a lifestyle. We change your life. Choose right now. What you waiting for? This ain't no MLM. No offense, we not marketers, we traders here. ForexNChill Academy, more than a lifestyle. We change your life. Choose right now. What you waiting for? This ain't no MLM. No offense, we not marketers, we traders.
Hello everyone, trading involves risk. Never risk more than you can afford to lose. I'm not a licensed professional financial advisor, and I do not cause signals. I just share trade ideas. Today I went live trading, and at first we took a short position on NAS, and I told them, I said, this is a short-term sell because I expect market to trade up and possibly take the previous day high while we were live. I took a long, and we did reach the target of the previous day high for a 14R on this trade. At the end of the live trading session, we were at a 7R. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. So of course, news came in this morning. Unemployment numbers were down. Unemployment claim numbers were down. And so the dollar and indices rallied up. Hope everybody's doing okay with all this flooding. My hometown back home was hit pretty hard. There are people displaced. So if you're in an area where it's flooded, do not travel unless it is an absolute emergency and stay away from water. I've dealt with that before. I had to volunteer for several months helping displaced families. So we still have fair value gaps to the upside. The market is trading still in this consolidating range, as you see on all these indices. We did, if you look at the daily, we took out yesterday's low on all three indices. We took out the low on all three indices. And price is now trading higher into those fair value gaps that were left behind from the selling. I think we'll probably end up pushing up the rest of the week with some small pullbacks. And you see, we never came back to Monday's low. I told y'all I was expecting the market to trade up most of the week. And it's been going up, but it's been like zigzag. So we did trade up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday gave us a pullback, and now Thursday's pushing us back in. We need to see how price is going to react when it gets to these zones, if we're going to continue to go lower on the indices. The only way we could go higher, y'all know when we came on Monday, I was like, we're going to trade up and close these gaps, and that's where the market finally came. This was the gaps where the market tanked down and then started pushing up to refill these gaps. So the buys we've been taking were to trade back into these gaps. Okay, even though the market broke lower here, it just came into this fair value gap here to continue to push up. So all that being said, this zone still remains the hot spot because we closed it. We closed these new week and new day opening gaps from Monday. Let me let these people in, and it didn't close the gap on US 30 yet. So I'm anxious to see how price reacts here. We have to trade outside of this to continue higher. There are some 4-hour fair value gaps to the upside. Price could reach for overall in the higher time frame. It is still a downtrend, but we know that the market goes back for the liquidity. So I'm thinking we could get some short-term sell-offs to close some of this liquidity from this morning. But let's see if we get some divergence. Somebody's got to do a manipulation here. We got a high and a high. The US 30 has taken the high, so we're going to focus on trying to catch some short-term sales. Okay, see if it gives us an opportunity first. I think once they sell off, they could push back up. So when I say short-term sales, I mean short-term. All right, I'm going to take a short position. Let me pause the screen, try and get everyone else in. Put your stop losses above because it hasn't grabbed liquidity yet. Pause the share so I can get everybody else in. Order filled. All right, I'm trying to multitask here. I need to set some TPs. All right, so US 30 did the manipulation, took liquidity to the upside. Let's see if these other two are going to hold. I am in shorts. Looking for a fair value gap or not getting one yet. I want to see the price break down and leave a fair value gap. Let me grab my other device so I can trade from my other device. I'm still trying to get moved back into the office. And then, of course, we were working to get back in since the fire restoration, and now we're dealing with the flood. Price is still undecisive. It's not leaving a fair value gap either direction. All right, here we go. We're finally getting some action here. Our first TP is 18,040. It is Still getting choppy price action. All right, I want to see price leave the fair value gap behind here. Now remember, I'm expecting price to push up at some point. So once we start getting down closer to here, it could be a quick reversal that you're going to want to be taking partials and trailing. All right, I don't like that we're not getting a fair value gap. All right, choppy price action today. What can you do? See if we're getting any kind of movement on the other side. Order. When it's choppy like this, if you go break even too soon, you get stopped out, and it's hard to get a good re-entry. I would say go to break even now. All right, TP1 hit on back and forth. I can't stand this choppy market, man. All right, 15 seconds left on this candle. Let's see what we can get. All right, we just closed the 5-minute candle. Let's see how we closed. So all of this right here is from news that we're trading into. This was the news manipulation right here. Yeah, boy, let's go. Let's go, let's go. I slept late this morning, y'all. I got up at like 8:36. I slept right through the news. I knew I wasn't going to trade the news today, since I was coming on with you guys. Move those stop losses up. Show your stops. All right, $300 more in my account will lock me out for the day. Let's see if we can get that $300. I'm up $1,300 over here on the left on Top Step. It's a challenge I started this morning. Well, combine. All right, you see, kick me out for the day. My money's been made. This is how you do it, baby. This is how you do it. You took that on your futures. Hopefully you guys made some money too. I still expect it to keep being choppy all the way down. I can't trade anymore. Once I set my daily limit, it locks me out. It don't let me back in. I made a daily limit on one account last night, and then this account this morning, so that's close to $3,000. I said, y'all see me when I win, y'all see me when I lose. I traded Asian last night and caught some of the buy. Started trading at about 7:30. So I'm going to try trading one of my accounts at night and one of them during the morning. See how that works out. Keep them separate instead of trading them both at the same time. All right, if you made any money on this trade, let me know. Hopefully y'all made some profits. The trade has gone about 2R so far. You know, I like to catch 5R and more, but we're working with what we're working with. One and done. Let me tell y'all why I took sales. Because of course we had the news manipulation came in, and then I waited to see if we got any S&P divergence. Then we did. US 30 was going higher as these two were going lower. I usually like to wait for a fair value gap. They weren't giving us any, so I know it was going to be choppy. All right, anybody got any questions on anything? We'll stay and watch it a few more minutes. But yes, good wins. It's a small one. I'm used to catching bigger moves, but it is what it is. Like, here's where I got my $1,500 on that other $50K last night. So for those of you who don't trade futures, y'all know we trade TopStepX, and there's a feature where you can set it to where you make so much money to close you out. I had my profit set for $1,500. They've gotten into a habit of closing you out early, which I don't like. I think these buyers are getting ready to flip around, so I would close most of, if not all of my sale. Because remember, I was bullish anyway. Yep, close the sales. Let's see if we can find a buy setup. If you leave anything, only leave a runner. Dang, I should have been on the 1 minute. Yep, we got that fair value gap here. There's no fair value gap to the other side. If you want to take a hedge buy, put your stop loss below this right here. That wick. Stop loss 19965. Right. This is why trading live is easier than calling signals. But y'all get in earlier. Doing what we expected, short-term sales. Go higher. Let's see if we can take this high. So like this would be our first target. Would be this high. Just trying to get through this fair value gap from before. Man, I remember when I used to trade and I could not flip directions. Like, I would be stuck on a bias. Y'all ever get like that where you're stuck on a bias and end up giving all your money back and then missing the true move? So we got a fair value gap down here, which is good. We closed out that fair value gap we had marked here. It's good. And y'all just remember, they're going to be losing days. Get your mindset prepared to have losing days, and you'll end up making more money than you ever made before. When you prepare yourself to lose trades, you're going to make more money than you did when you were under the illusion that trading is easy and I'm not going to lose. I'm good at everything I do. All right, if y'all took this, I would move my stop loss into profit. I'm not giving trades. I'm just telling you what I'm doing as a trader. All right, and I can't believe I'm locked out can't trade anymore. But when I had the 22K day like 2 months ago, this is what I was doing. I was taking every freaking move. All right, let's see what hot zone is looking like. See what the infamous, I said hot zone. I miss hot zone. I need to start trading it again. Let's see what zone to zone is looking like. So you see, we came here. That imbalance is drawn by the zone to zone. Well, no, that's my breaker block. But we had that bullish engulfing on zone to zone. The price traded away. And if you look, it was at an area of support for the 1 hour. You see that 60 minute? That was an area of support for the 1 hour. 60 minute is bullish, so it hit the 60 minute down here and reacted. Let's see where you could have got in last night on zone to zone. I used it last night to get in down here off this bullish and rode it up until it kicked me out. Wait, no, let me go back far enough. GG. So last night I used, because I want to do these using zone to zone. I didn't use it on that first call this morning, but I want to pass these challenges using zone to zone because we have a lot of people doing it. You see, there's that failed engulfing candle I teach you guys, and that's when I got in, right? And traded it up to the area of resistance, but it actually kicked me out in profit. So, hey, 2 wins back to back. We doing it big over here this morning. So don't y'all get mad at me when I have a bad day. You know I have them sometimes. But with proper risk management, y'all know, what do y'all think my win rate was on, like I've had times where I had like 100% win rate, but when the market's choppy, I'll have a lot of get in, get out, get in, get out. What do you think my win rate was on the one that I passed? As I told y'all, it's not about win rate. It is not about win ratio. The biggest traders out there are hitting 50% or less. And that's another thing that helped me when I figured out I didn't have to be perfect. And I accepted the fact that, you know, when I started watching interviews and all these traders were like first person to have $1 million payout on FTMO, his win rate was only 38%. And I was like, wait a minute, I've been killing myself to be perfect for nothing. That was a big moment for me in trading. Beautiful trade. Anybody in this buy? Anybody in this buy? Remember I told y'all when we came on, I was expecting it to sell short term and then buy back up. Okay, we need to take this. This is our draw on liquidity right here. All right, good stuff. Boom, baby. That's what we were looking for.
Gigi, regarding your short-term sell, how did you decide that? Because I'm seeing that on my market.
All right, give me 1 second, and I'll break it down. Let me update it. Okay, when we first started the zone, we're on the zone. That's when I was talking about it. Because news told us the intended move for the day. They went up. This was a pullback, and this was, you know, I always get in just in case it gets up here and it decides to go lower. We still have our sell. If it decides to go higher, we have our buy, and any trailers we're left at. And that's why I called hedge buy. See where it says hedge buy? Like I've been covering on the last few sessions. If the market is in a downtrend, you're going to have buys for the pullback. Okay, so if you get in buys, let's say this is your sell and this is your buy. If you hold a runner here with a stop loss here and you get in a buy with stop loss here, eventually this is either go pull back and keep going higher, and this trailer on the small runner that you left is going to get kicked out at break even. You've taken partial down here, and this is going to make money. Or you could have sold here, bought here. This does a pullback. You've taken partials, got a trailing. When this continues and you've taken partials here at a key POI, I don't do it at random spots. Then now this makes money. Then you do it again. You take another buy, and it's either going to keep buying or it's going to sell. But eventually you're going to take that buy that comes and reverses. That's why we hedge. Okay, trade the market both ways. That's where I was talking about. It takes a lot to get to the point to where you don't marry a bias. Now we're up here at this fair value gap. The market could easily pull back, but it went over 5R. There's my 5R for the day. If y'all made money, I would keep my money and not chase any more trades unless you go very minimum risk. All right, 5R and done. Don't overtrade. If anything, only keep runner. So the market's going to do what the market's going to do. We're here, they act and we react, and you just have to know the signs to reverse with them, and eventually one of them's going to give you the big move. Because you know, I know the old school way we tell is impulse, correction, continuation, impulse, correction, continuation, and that still is what the market does. It had impulse, a correction, and a continuation. But the higher time frame is in a sell. It could have been impulse, correction, continuation on the higher time frame. Remember what I teach y'all about multiple time frame analysis, and that's why a lot of people are having so much success with zone to zone, because it tells you what every freaking time zone is doing. All right, so we see that the 4-hour and the daily is selling, right? Your 4-hour and your daily selling. So what does that tell us the 1 minute and 5 minute and 1 hour is doing?
Right.
Yes, a pullback. It could get here to your 4-hour or daily and decide to sell off again, which is what I've been expecting. All right, but I'm not gonna chase it because like now we're getting greedy. Now we're gonna risk. The more times you cross the road with oncoming traffic, the more likely you are to get hit. All right, so eventually it's gonna get to that 4-hour and that daily, and it's either gonna break and continue down, or it's gonna consolidate, fake people to sell, and then go above it, and then continue higher to the next level. The market moves in levels, and that's why this indicator is so powerful. It trades. It's like being inside of my brain for market structure. Like I tell y'all all the time, I don't like people who brag, and I don't like cocky, conceited, arrogant people. But when you're good at one thing that gives you your edge, my edge is market structure. I understand market structure, and that's why I always hone in on y'all about learning market structure. There are people who trade smart money who get really good entries, but they don't get big pushes like us. They don't get, if they don't understand market structure, they don't get the big moves like these. Everything they're doing is 1.5R to 2R, and then they get out. Like my 7-figure mentor, I get much bigger trades than him. He's got more money than me, so he'll get a 2R and make more money than my 5R. But at the end of the day, I want to eventually have just as much capital as him. And so understanding market structure is so underrated. I love ICT. I'm in his private chat, but I know market structure more than him because he focuses, like he says, oh, these patterns don't work, flags don't work, but y'all seen me work them. Y'all work them. They work. You just have to understand how to connect the dots to the smart money and understand where the liquidity is. Y'all remember when we first started trading, people would always ask, but how do I know when the flag is over? And that's when we learned how to understand fair value gaps and order block. It told us when it was over because they've taken liquidity. Once you start understanding liquidity, then you'll understand when the flag or the pullback is over. So find your edge, work your edge, and the other stuff to complement it to make it stronger. So, but never forget to cycle through your higher time frames. So let's see where that 4-hour is that could give us some pushback. And there's our previous day high. Look at that. Sheesh. And that's the 4-hour. Look, there's your 4-hour way up there. This could easily go all the way up there to that 4-hour. Easily. Let's see how many R that would be. But here's the key. Watch reactions at all key levels. Like the indicator's telling you zone to zone. Here's your bottom zone. Here's your top zone. What happened from here? There was a market structure break, and I told y'all I've been waiting for the market to come retest up in here. We're getting close to it, so it could get in this zone and then continue this. We have 30-year. Let's see, what news do we have this afternoon? That's why we teach market structure and we teach smart money. They complement each other well. For news, we have the 30-year bond market, which should give us some movement, even though it's orange. We've seen those give big moves. Okay, I'm going to hide the drawings on here so we can look at just structure. So look what the indicator told you. And the indicator told you we had a pullback last night during Asia. I put the smart money sessions over it. It broke structure. So what was this? This was a pullback. Once you see that structure break, you're looking for a pullback or continuation. Okay, so when the 5-minute broke, you were looking for the next, for the 15-minute next, and so forth. So the indicator you drew trend line for you. You got 1 touch, 2 touch. So here's your new low. So here's a low, a high, a higher low. Now it's making a higher high. Indicators, man, I'm telling you, this indicator, it's not an indicator where people are like, indicators don't work. This is literally market structure. It's not telling you these EMAs crossed or whatever. It's like it's showing you freaking market structure. Right? We took Asia high and the London high, and we're headed up for where structure broke. So let's look at it on a higher time frame to get us a good POI. Like there's 15-minute resistance here. Let's see if we can push through that. There's a fair value gap right above that. And here on the 15 minutes, that bearish engulfing here. This bearish engulfing is the one that broke structure, so I'm expecting resistance there, like right here. We just left the bearish engulfing here, which I like, a failed engulfing to the downside. And that's where we bought. That's where we bought, right here. We sold here and we bought here. So we just took advantage of both sides of the market. And find this is over, but I mean, hey, a 2R is all you need. Like that 2R gave me $1,500, which is 3% on that account. I made 3% on this trade. Yeah, some days I have 10, 20% days, but those aren't going to happen every day. And to try and do that, that is gambling. So we're here in this fair value gap, we hear this failed engulfing, and we hear where price broke structure. Let me hide everything and show you what I'm looking at on the daily. On the daily, we're coming into this fair value gap. We're closing this new week opening gap. If this continues to trade higher, I want to see us come all the way back up here, and then from here determine, do we keep going down or do we break this and make a new all-time high? This is the all-time high. This is where price started trading off to give us this. Okay. Look, the daily's creating a bullish engulfing. Let's see if it'll close like that. Y'all held a runner. Just, don't trail it too close. Make sure you take most of your money off the table, but I expect this thing could run. It's Thursday. Unemployment claims came in down, which was good for the economy. You talking about where it counts down the time, Lynette?
In your right-hand corner where it tells you neutral, it's buying, it's selling, you got the lower time frames in your right-hand corner and larger time frames on the bottom.
Yeah, I covered that on one of the sessions. I have the zone to zone on here twice. I determined one of them to be in the bottom, and one of them, I got my lower time frame to the top and my higher time frame at the bottom. And I saved it as a template.
Thank you. I'll fix that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I showed that to Chelsea and a few other people, so because y'all know I like to swing trade, but I want to know what every single time frame is doing. So I got my lower time frame covered at the top and my higher time frame covered at the bottom. Y'all, this is the trade that I wanted. Yes, man, I wish I passed my account, but can't trade it live until tonight, after tonight when it resets. And I'm trying to pass the other one. So it's over 7R. Good trading day. So 7 and 2 is 9R for the day. We're in that fair value gap and didn't reject, which is good. Okay. We did not reject from that. And here's that new day opening gap. There's the previous day high. I don't know if we'll take out the previous day high today, but we could, because they'll use the news as a driver, as an economic driver, to be the reason that they did a big rally today. I saw people blowing up social media. Oh my God, the market's crashed, X%, the market's crashed. I'm like, dude, y'all need to learn how to trade, because that was a nice pullback. The market has not crashed. They were like, what does this mean? There was news saying that the Dow dropped 1,000 points. I'm like, that means we made money selling the market today. That's all. I'm like, y'all have to understand, if the market is overbought and big money closes profits, you don't even have to sell for the market. Big money can close profits and cause this. Because guess what? They want to drive it down, because when the money that they close here, they're going to reinvest here. Why would they suffer all this drawdown when they could take 100% of their profits off the table and reinvest it? Now they've made like triple what they would have had they held it through the drawdown. And that's when I'm like, let me start hedging these trades. Trade like them. Why do you think they're called hedge funds? Their name is hedge funds. So we're supposed to work with them, but we're not going to outsmart them. They control the market. $7.7 trillion a day. Y'all can't compete with that. I can't compete with that. All of our money together cannot compete with that. Okay, let it do what it do. All right, so just manage your trades. I'm gonna get off here. Good trading today, and I'll update in the chat as the day goes along. All right, thank you everybody for joining. We'll get the recording uploaded to Mastery and Novice. Like I said, I started doing these. Calling signals is one thing, trading live is another. I want to show y'all that, number one, that it can be done, and number two, a lot of you're gonna learn more by seeing why I take the trade. Like, I try to explain it as much to y'all in the chats as possible. But some people just want signal. They really don't want all the extra, but I do it anyway. But y'all are gonna learn more from understanding why I do what I do. And some days I'm gonna be wrong. All right. So I'll see y'all on the next session, and have a blessed day. If you're affected with the floods, please stay safe. A lot of my people back home are underwater. So I appreciate y'all.